Are you surprised? Are you surprised by the amount of time that Amber Guyger received? I know a lot of you, gave me flack yesterday in the comment section when I gave you the information that is from the Department of Justice. Now, I don't believe that how the sentencing works is right, but I gave you the information, the facts on how much time she was going to get. She was facing as little as 2 years and as much as 99 years. And I said she would get less than 15 years. And she was. She was sentenced to 10 years for what she did. 10 years. She will have to serve a minimum of 5.5 years before she'll be eligible for parole. With good behavior, she'll be out in about 5.5 years. If not sooner, because of overcrowding, she will be a lower tier inmate. I'm sorry, but it's the facts. I don't believe in it, but those are the facts. What's next for Amber? Next, she'll be evaluated for the type of incarceration that she needs, services, security that she needs. She will be placed in a protective custody unit wherever she goes because she was a law enforcement officer, and there most likely will be people in the penitentiary that she did arrest, and she will be targeted if they don't put her in a protective housing situation. So she will spend her entire time in a protective housing unit. She will not spend it in general population. They will, do their classification like they do for all inmates, and then she will be sent to prison. And yes, I am aware that Gene Botham's brother embraced her and forgave her for what happened, along with the judge hugged her, embraced her, and then gave her a Bible. I'm aware of that. And for all those who say that race didn't have, a role in this at all, I strongly, all 100% of me disagrees with you on that. I do. I want you to think about this. Think about it this way. She walks up to the apartment. She notices the floor mat outside of the apartment. How you could not miss it, I wouldn't know. It was bright red. How do you not see that? She walks into the apartment. The art on the walls, the pictures, everything around her, nothing matches her apartment. She sees an African American man. It doesn't matter if he's West Indian, whatever. Even her own description to the police when they arrived, she described him as an African American man sitting on a couch 7.5 feet from her, eating ice cream. She pulled out her revolver and shot him. Amber had less lethal options then, before she entered the apartment, and she had less lethal options then, after she entered the apartment. She didn't choose those. She chose her service revolver and pulled the trigger twice. Now, in her testimony, she said she entered the apartment with her gun drawn. Let's just assume she did that, and she was telling the truth about that. That she went in knowing that there was a possibility that there was someone in her apartment and she was going to use her service revolver. What if she went in there and she saw her sister or a friend or one of the members of her mariachi band sitting on the couch? Would she have shot? What if it was a child sitting on the couch? Would she have shot? What if it was an African American child, or a Asian child, or something else, or someone else? What if it was her, a family member, her mother, sitting on the couch? Would she have shot? The idea that she needed to use lethal force and the lethal force doctrine to protect your castle is just pure bull. It was thought up by some people who, trying to be nice, have taken the law and twisted it to an extreme that justifies them doing certain things like that. You can use lethal force, and I believe in your right to bear arms and to protect your home and your property. But at what cost? Shouldn't you at least be threatened first? Where was the threatening nature of what Botham Jean was doing? Was it the ice cream? Was it the fact that he was in his apartment watching TV? What if he wasn't in his apartment? What if he really was in her apartment and was sitting on a couch and eating ice cream? Would it have given her the right to actually use lethal force? It wouldn't. It wouldn't have given her the right then. Common sense, people. Common sense. Now, I gave you the truth, the facts about the Department of Justice and what she was going to get sentenced to. I'm giving you the common facts, sense, and of what took place in this case. I've watched the entire thing too. I watched and I heard everything she had to say. Her crocodile tears didn't look to me. She didn't sound remorseful on the stand. She didn't come off as even remotely to me like she really cared about the human life that she took. You may have a different opinion, but I'm telling you, from what I saw, and in my view, in my opinion, based on the facts in this case, she drew her weapon, she pointed it at him, she pulled the trigger, she shot him twice, lethally shooting and aiming at him twice, when she had other options to her disposal that she is trained to use and trained to do. She shot him twice. For what? I've worked jobs where I've worked 60 plus hours in a week. I've never physical back-breaking labor. Been so exhausted, I didn't know if I was coming or going. It felt like I never left the job. But I've never been so exhausted in my life where I pulled a service revolver and shot and killed someone. I've been to war. I've been awake for days on end with no sleep in high stressful situations. And thousands and thousands and thousands of others have been in the same situation. We've never pulled our revolvers and shot the person who is sitting there eating an MRE. Her defense was pure bull. You can try to defend it all you want. She knew she didn't have to do that. She knew what she was doing was wrong. She did it anyways. On the other side of her hip, she had a taser. She didn't use it. She had a baton. She didn't use it. She also takes Taekwondo. She didn't use it. She also has hand-to-hand combat experience from the academy. She didn't use it. She chose her service revolver and pulled it, aimed it, and shot twice. I hope the family, Botham Jean's family, can find some solace in this, some closure. I hope the rest of the community can heal. And again, before I go, do not villainize all police officers because of the actions of one lady, one individual, one officer. The rest are out there doing a thankless job day in, day out, and would never dream of doing anything like this, regardless of how much they've worked. They're here to protect and serve. Protect is the ultimate part, and the part you need to pay attention to. The rest are not evil because of one. Thank you for joining me today.